Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush green mountains and a winding river, there lived a wise old monk named Kavi. His eyes sparkled with the wisdom of the ages, and his gentle demeanor drew people from far and wide seeking the tranquility that surrounded him. Kavi resided in a modest monastery on the outskirts of the village, where he spent his days meditating, tending to the garden, and sharing the teachings of Buddhism with those who sought his guidance. The village, though simple, was filled with people of various backgrounds, each grappling with their own trials and tribulations. One day, as the sun cast its golden glow upon the village, word spread about Kavi's wisdom and the serenity that enveloped his presence. A young woman named Maya, burdened by the weight of her worries, heard about the wise monk and decided to seek solace in his teachings. As Maya approached the monastery, she felt a strange mixture of anticipation and trepidation. The air seemed to hum with a peaceful energy, and the fragrance of blooming flowers wafted through the gentle breeze. Kavi, seated beneath the ancient Bodhi tree, greeted Maya with a warm smile that instantly put her at ease. "Welcome, dear one," Kavi said, his voice a soothing melody. "What brings you to this humble abode?" Maya hesitated for a moment before pouring out her heart to the venerable monk. She spoke of her struggles, her fears, and the constant turmoil within her mind. Kavi listened attentively, his eyes reflecting understanding and compassion. The wise monk then shared a parable with Maya, a story that had been passed down through generations, one that carried the essence of Buddhism in its simplicity and profound wisdom. Once, in a distant land, there was a great forest, Kavi began. In this forest, there lived a group of monkeys. Among them was a curious and mischievous young monkey named Soma. Soma, Kavi continued, was always restless, swinging from tree to tree, never content with where he was. One day, as he explored deeper into the forest, he stumbled upon an ancient well. Intrigued, Soma peered into the well and saw his own reflection staring back at him. Fascinated by the image in the water, Soma began to play, making faces and gestures to amuse himself. Unbeknownst to him, a wise old monkey named Kayla observed Soma's antics from a distance. Kayla approached Soma and said, "Dear one, what do you see in the well?" Soma, still caught up in his reflection, replied, "I see myself, of course. Isn't it fascinating?" Kayla nodded knowingly and said, "Indeed it is, but let me show you something even more profound." Kayla led Soma to a nearby pond where the water was still and clear. "Look into the water," Kayla said, pointing to the pond's surface. As Soma gazed into the pond, he saw not only his reflection, but also the reflections of the surrounding trees, the vibrant flowers, and the azure sky above. The world around him was mirrored in the water. Kayla smiled and spoke. "Dear Soma, just as the water reflects the world around it, your mind reflects the beauty and chaos of the world. But remember, like the water, your mind can be calm and clear. It is only when you cease the restless ripples of desire and attachment that you can see the true nature of things." Maya listened intently as Kavi wove the tale of Soma and Kayla, finding resonance in its profound simplicity. The parable carried a timeless message about the nature of the mind and the importance of cultivating inner clarity. In the days that followed, Maya continued to visit Kavi, absorbing the teachings of Buddhism like a sponge soaking up water. She learned about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, finding guidance in the ancient wisdom that Kavi shared with her. As Maya delved deeper into her own spiritual journey, the village began to notice a change in her. Her once furrowed brow now relaxed into a gentle smile, and the weight that had burdened her soul seemed to lift. The transformative power of the Buddhist teachings echoed not only in Maya's life, but also in the lives of those who observed her newfound peace. The village, inspired by Maya's transformation, began to gather at Kavi's monastery, eager to learn from the wise monk. Kavi, recognizing the hunger for wisdom in the hearts of the villagers, started sharing more parables and stories that conveyed the essence of Buddhism in relatable and engaging ways. One such story involved a young fisherman named Arjun, whose heart was consumed by resentment and anger. Arjun had experienced great hardship in his life, and the weight of his past grievances hung heavily on his shoulders. Kavi, sensing Arjun's inner turmoil, invited him to sit beneath the Bodhi tree. With the river flowing nearby, Kavi began to tell a tale that mirrored Arjun's struggles. Once upon a time, in a coastal village not unlike ours, Kavi began, there lived a fisherman named Ravi. Ravi, too, had faced numerous challenges, losing his family and enduring the harsh realities of life. One day, as he cast his net into the vast ocean, he felt a heavy tug on the line. As Ravi pulled in his catch, he discovered a small, injured bird tangled in the net. The bird, despite its wounds, looked at Ravi with eyes that held a deep sense of trust. Ravi, moved by compassion, gently freed the bird and nursed it back to health. As the bird healed, it perched on Ravi's shoulder, becoming his constant companion. Ravi, who had once harbored bitterness and resentment, found solace in the company of this feathered friend. The bird, with its melodious songs and vibrant plumage, brought joy and light into Ravi's life. Kavi paused for a moment, allowing the imagery of the story to settle in Arjun's mind. The river's gentle murmur provided a soothing backdrop to the unfolding tale. Arjun, Kavi continued, much like Ravi, we all carry nets of resentment and grievances. These nets entangle our hearts and prevent us from experiencing the beauty that surrounds us. But just as Ravi found a companion in the injured bird, we too can find companionship in compassion and forgiveness. Arjun, deeply moved by the story, felt a shift within himself. The weight he had carried for so long began to lift, replaced by a newfound understanding and acceptance. The village, witnessing Arjun's transformation, marveled at the power of the simple yet profound stories that Kavi shared. Word of Kavi's wisdom and the transformative tales spread beyond the village, reaching neighboring towns and even the bustling city. Soon, people from all walks of life flocked to the monastery, drawn by the allure of Kavi's teachings and the captivating stories that held the keys to inner peace. Kavi, ever humble, continued to share the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, adapting his stories to the diverse backgrounds of his audience. Whether speaking to farmers, merchants, scholars, or children, Kavi tailored his narratives to resonate with each listener's unique experiences. One day, a skeptical scholar named Raj approached Kavi, expressing doubt about the practicality of the Buddhist teachings. Raj believed that the complexities of life required more sophisticated solutions than the simple stories Kavi shared. Undeterred, Kavi welcomed Raj and invited him to join the villagers under the Bodhi tree. The atmosphere was charged with curiosity as Kavi began a tale that addressed Raj's skepticism. Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with towering structures and bustling streets, there lived a renowned scholar named Ananda. Ananda was revered for his intellectual prowess and vast knowledge. However, despite his scholarly achievements, he found himself burdened by the relentless pursuit of more knowledge, more recognition, and more wealth. As Ananda delved deeper into the intricacies of philosophy and academia, his mind became a labyrinth of theories and concepts. The simplicity of life eluded him, replaced by a constant thirst for complexity and depth. One day, as Ananda walked through the city's crowded marketplace, he heard a commotion. A humble monk was seated on a small mat, surrounded by a diverse group of people. Intrigued, Ananda approached and listened to the monk's words, which were not laden with complex theories, but rather with timeless wisdom. The monk spoke of the impermanence of life, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the liberation that comes from letting go of desires. Ananda, initially dismissive, found himself captivated by the monk's profound simplicity. It was as if a veil had been lifted, and he saw the world with newfound clarity. Kavi paused, allowing the essence of the story to settle into the minds of the villagers, as well as the skeptical scholar Raj. "Dear Raj," Kavi addressed the scholar, "Buddhism, at its core, is not about complex theories or intricate philosophies. It is about understanding the fundamental nature of our existence, transcending the illusions that bind us, and finding peace within ourselves. Just as Ananda discovered the profound simplicity of life, so too can we embrace the teachings of Buddhism in our own unique ways." Raj, contemplative, absorbed the message embedded in the story. The villagers, who had witnessed the transformative power of Kavi's tales, observed a subtle shift in Raj's demeanor. As days turned into weeks, the monastery continued to attract seekers from various backgrounds. Kavi's storytelling became a bridge, connecting hearts and minds, and transcending cultural and societal barriers. One day, a group of children gathered beneath the Bodhi tree, their eyes wide with curiosity. Kavi, with a twinkle in his eye, tailored a story for the young audience, ensuring it carried the essence of Buddhism in a way that would resonate with their youthful spirits. Once upon a time, in a village much like ours, there lived a group of playful kittens, Kavi began. Among them was a mischievous little kitten named Bodhi. Bodhi, unlike the other kittens, was always asking questions about the world around him. One day, as Bodhi explored the village, he stumbled upon a wise old owl perched on a branch. The owl, with its wide, knowing eyes, looked down at Bodhi and asked, "Little one, what fills your curious heart with so many questions?" Bodhi, with enthusiasm, replied, "I want to understand why the sun rises and sets, why the flowers bloom, and why the river flows." The wise old owl, appreciating Bodhi's curiosity, shared simple yet profound tales about the cycles of nature, the interconnectedness of all living things, and the beauty that lies in embracing each moment with joy and wonder. Kavi's story, crafted for the young minds, conveyed the essence of Buddhist teachings in a way that ignited the children's imaginations. The village, witnessing the impact of Kavi's stories on the children, realized that the wisdom of Buddhism could transcend generations, becoming a beacon of light for all. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the monastery, the villagers and seekers alike gathered to express their gratitude to Kavi. His timeless tales had woven a tapestry of understanding and compassion that bound the community together. And so, the wise monk Kavi continued to share his stories, each one a lantern illuminating the path to inner peace. The village, once a quiet corner of the world, became a haven for seekers from near and far, drawn by the enchanting tales that carried the wisdom of Buddhism into the hearts of all who listened. The Bodhi tree, under which Kavi shared his teachings, stood as a silent witness to the transformative power of stories, simple, profound, and timeless, that transcended the boundaries of language, culture, and age. The village, once a backdrop for these tales, now radiated with the gentle glow of understanding, compassion, and the shared journey towards enlightenment. And so the story of Kavi, the monk who captivated hearts with his enchanting narratives, became a living testament to the universal truths embedded in the teachings of Buddhism.